From else last night, 5 others before him that 6 within as many rings as him. On the night of this same day, Emperor not near the wall, 16 was free, was still the 5th, and the true was without, as he should come home to
All right. What is going on, guys? I hope you're enjoying yourselves so far this morning on the live stream. Appreciate you all joining up. Let's go, guys. Let's go. I don't know if you saw this. Prime Day is going to be running July 16th and 17th. That's going to be fun. You know, we're almost to July 4th at this point. It's going to be fun over the next couple weeks, right? The market's going to end up being closed. Let me get you the date. Well, it's July 4th, but it's Thursday of next week. Got some pretty big news this morning. Bowman said she's still open to raising rates if inflation doesn't improve. I saw a different article that said she was actually not looking to raise rates this year, but I guess she probably came back out and said that. You never know with these Fed governors and speakers, do you? Sean had me laughing in Discord. He said, he asked if they got drug tested. He goes, I demand that they be drug tested. Power to the people. I'm starting a petition. That's funny, Sean. I'm with you. I saw a couple members of Congress get in trouble before for like smoking crack and stuff. I think a couple got in trouble for that, or at least one did. Maybe some other weird stuff in the past. What's up, Brain Damage? What drugs are we testing? The kind that make you win trades. Those are the ones we're going to do today. But looking at the market overall, SPY is falling down pretty hard. Bouncing off 544.10, 544. There's a pretty big resistance. I talked about this level a lot over the past couple days on the nightly videos, on the streams. Posting it up in the trading stream and Trading Stream Limited. Brain says I need that a lot. He's referring to the drugs that make you win trades. So if you didn't know what he meant. But yeah, SPY's turning over a little bit, still rejecting at that 544 level. It's pretty bad. Pretty big resistance as well. Don't want to be seeing that. Looking at QQQ, rejecting a lot at 476.50. Sorry about that. 476.50. Rejecting right there, acting like the 544 level that SPY has. Let's go check on the Mag 7 though. So far this morning, Apple up into the green. That is a plus sign to see. Turn that down just a smidge. But yeah, Apple's looking pretty hot, breaking out above 210. That's good. Running back up into the midpoint of yesterday. I'll definitely take that out of them. Microsoft looks pretty hot this morning as well. That's a pretty good move so far. Holding well above 446.50. I like the way it's holding up. Looks pretty good for Microsoft here. How about Tesla? Gonna be a big one. Google. Gotta check them out. Of course, we'll look at Nvidia in a second. Google going green. All right, Nvidia. Right at 122. Which is kind of like 544 from the SPY for them. A lot of stocks right now are popping up into these little resistances, so that's what we're looking at. Sean said Chewy's flying, CHWY, and yes it is. Broke out again above 2760. That was a beautiful break. Getting some good movement on the 1 minute charts. Broke out about a minute ago. Looking at my watch list, I bet Chewy's at the top. Oh, it's in third. CCL's up with their earnings. Don't forget about that. So far, they're moving pretty well, so that's a good sign. NCLH and others are probably up a little bit too. Yep, looking good there. RCL, NCLH, CCL. Got a few of those cruise lines. What else is there? Is there more? Isn't there like Discover Cruises or something? I don't know what those are though. DJT is pumping. Are you lying, Brain? He said Donald Trump's pumping. Either way. Xbox said, you people are monsters. Yesterday was my B-day and nobody said anything. Oh, Xbox. I didn't know it was your birthday, man. I'm sorry. Hey, happy belated birthday. I wish you would have told me in the chat. I would have definitely got you on something. I always like to play our happy birthday song here on the Stocked Up Live. Here we go. This is my happy birthday song for you, Xbox.
Hola. You! It's your birthday. We're here to party and sing to you. He's from me.
Palantir going wild around 24.
From the Gulf to the mountains, the city lights and fountains, we hope your birthday's excellent.
I hope it's excelente. It's pretty funny though. But it's not your birthday today, Xbox. He says I'm 34 now. Oh man, you're getting old, Xbox. What's going on? Nah, I'm just kidding. You are getting up there, though. Board fell off a little bit, bouncing around 12 bucks. What's up, troll haters? Appreciate you. Checking out Tilray, not doing nothing today, of course. Gotta love the MJ stocks. Like, when they're not moving, I'll tell you, they are not moving. It's no joke. DraftKings still heading down. Hey, that's a good thing for me. No, I'm just kidding. Never a good thing. Down to 39.11 now. Back under 40. Yeah, they were really moving up pretty well there in the short term, up around 44. Looking pretty hot again, but man, they turned over quick. What the hell happened there? Brandon said, good for me. Well, hey, that's good. Xbox said, literally drain. I was feeling it in my back moving around too. Then I read your comment. The back pain. Man, I'm 26 and I get back pain. I can't imagine when I'm 34. I definitely am demure. I am getting a little bit annoyed by them. Here's Tilray on the daily. Starting to break under support around 170, but we still have hope at 160 and then 150. But after that, if it makes a new low under 150, it's going to be pretty brutal out there. Brain's 36, it gets worse. You have to stretch every time you stand up. Oh, man. Man. You guys better smash that like button, because my back is getting destroyed right now. I'm just kidding. But if you smash the like and my back hurts, then I won't even care about it hurting anymore. Because I'll just be so happy from the likes, you know? What's up, Scruffy? How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Wait till you get to 40. Golf swing feels like I'm swinging a swimming pool. Oh my gosh. That's where I'm gonna get brutal, Sean. Maybe I'll hit it straight finally, though. I played with a buddy who hasn't played golf one time this whole entire year. And he steps up to the tee last night and he smacks one. And I'll just say this. He hit every single drive really good right down the middle of the fairway, and it had me blown away. And he hasn't played in a year. Everything else was shitty, but I couldn't believe it. He looked like John Rahm, though. He was barely taking the club back, but he's a pretty big guy, so he was hitting it really solid, and it was... Man, there was one hole he literally flew it like not flew it, but it rolled 290. Palantir rolling down here, down to 23.94. Falling down pretty good so far this morning. I don't want to be seeing that, though. DraftKings is definitely looking pretty rough. You know what we got to go look at today? Are the banks and the oil stocks. Oxy starting to pull back a bit. Same thing with ZOM. So far today, oil does not have the bullishness that it had yesterday at open. So we'll have to see if they can get some more as the day goes, I guess. But Bank of America trying to move up a little bit more today. Has a nice green candle. Sitting right around $40, though. You need that belly to balance your swing. I probably do. That might help. Intel's down today. Yeah, Intel's doing more Intel things, aren't they, Scruffy? Trying to go test 30 here. Continuing to chop around $30. It just can't make up its mind. Too much chop. I'm gonna chop their credit card in half, so I'm gonna do. Man, I can't find anything today, Joe said. SM Bots should be opening up here right now. I was waiting on them. All right, SM Bots throwing out Apple. Apple calls. Market just opened, so be a little wary. We got AMD puts on the bot. AMD does look pretty rough. Oh my gosh. 1.75%. That's a pretty bad sell-off. Christian is in NVIDIA on this comeback play. With the way NVIDIA was looking this morning, I was thinking there might be a shot that we could break resistance today and start to run up a little bit. I was liking the way it ran up. Looks like it came down to touch support. Maybe we could get a nice breakout again. Back above 122. If that does happen, a nice retest of 124 to 125 would be pretty nice today. I think that's a fairly conservative target if it does start breaking out in a big way. Brandon said, I need Palantir to break support just for this morning. Okay. Well, it's trying, I guess. It tried. It's coming back up like NVIDIA, honestly. Little dip buy opportunity here. Switching over to Boeing. Always like to look at them not doing much. You know, these cruise lines might be the way to go today. NCLH is on fire, up 3.62%. CCL is actually continuing post-earnings. So that's good to see. I feel like each song gets louder and louder on here. What is support for Palantir, please? Is it 24? Yes, Outlaw. That's what I was watching here. Right around $24. It broke it a little bit, but, you know, give or take a few cents on these supports. I had it right around $23.97, apparently. $23.96, actually. There must have been a previous wick that extended down to there. Yeah, a couple hits there. It's a pretty big level when you start going back over the past 15 minutes. I normally leave these levels on the charts for quite a long time, as you guys know. Because you can see them all the fucking time. But I generally leave them on here. And once again, this level is pretty big. Had a good touch. Looking at SPY, it's rejecting down a little bit under 544. 20 contracts on NCLH, Joe said. I know from watching travel stuff, they've been leading the market in Europe and in luxury eats or seats. Did you mean to say seats or eats? Either way. Leading in luxury. It sounds good there. I know, like, if I was going to choose a cruise line to take, I would either do Royal Caribbean or NCLH or something, I think. I don't know which ones, you know. I'll be real with you guys, like I'm not like a big like partier or nothing, so I don't know if I want to go on Carnival. Carnival looks like they get down with the vibe pretty hard on there. I'd probably be the one that just wants to like chill with like a glass of wine or something, you know. They are known to have the best food at sea. Oh, nice, Joe. I didn't know that. Sounds good, though. Hey, Sean's up 75% on Chewy shares. Man, you know, I was looking at those percentages you guys are posting, Sean. Those were awesome to see. Yeah, if you guys were dip buying Chewy at all, this is up a significant amount. Even if you didn't catch the bottom perfect, you know, you're up like 50% right now. Go on Royal Caribbean, Mason said. Yeah, that would probably be the one I go on if I had to pick one, but either way, it's not something I'll probably do anytime soon. With our daughter and everything. Maybe once she gets older, maybe we'll do a Disney cruise. That sounds kind of fun. I bet you that costs a shit ton of money, though. Man, Disney is, they are rough on the prices, I'll tell you. If you live in Florida and you just go visit the park, I don't think it's too bad. But if you, I remember the last time I went, we had like a shitty little room and it cost me like $900 a night or something silly. I was like, wow, that is a lot for a kind of a very small room. Man, RCL is just really ripping it today. Continuing 3.87%. Yeah, the cruise lines are seeing a lot of good movement. CCL brought in the buyers, it looks like. If you're claustrophobic, get a suite. Rooms are small as fuck. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they are, Mason. It was so small at Disney, but Man, I'll be real with you. I didn't even check the prices of the suites because I didn't look around that hard, but I remember it was pretty rough. I went a few years ago too, though, so it was like right after COVID. It was kind of annoying. Thank God it was in Florida, though. Before you get a yacht, you better know about chop. That sounds like a rhyme. Chop begets chop. I like it. Everything begets everything, right? Get the snowball effect going. Check on Tessie. Fell down a little bit today, down to like 182.50, 182. Trying to bounce back a little bit like everything else is. Nvidia's like right at resistance right now at 122. Check the book map real quick. Yeah, so there was a little bit of sellers at 122. It wiped out a few minutes ago. See if it can get a nice breakout through here. Big volume dot at 122 again. 117,000 volume. Another 100,000 volume hit here. Looks like the buyers are trying to buy this up. A lot of price action around 122. Yep, it's starting to break a little bit. Look at those nice volume dots coming in right above 122. That's nice to see. Got some sellers on the volume now, but these dots are actually little pie charts. Well, I don't want to say pie charts. Pie dots, I guess I would say. If we zoom in on them more, you can see what I'm talking about even more in depth. It kind of shows you how much of the volume was selling right there or how much of it was buying. We're starting to see a lot of sellers here over the past couple of seconds, I guess. Couple of ticks. It's fun watching the price action like this sometimes, you know. You'll start to see things shift a little bit. Like now a little bit of buyers are coming in down here, you know. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy yet, though. Trying to hold 122. Where's the slight chance of zombies theme? I don't know, man. I think people were getting annoyed with that one yesterday. Someone's actually looking for a screenshot of NVIDIA real quick. Hang on. Right. Switch back to SPY real quick. Go check back on the overall market. Let's go check back in on the cruise lines, which are moving. CCL is trying to break a new high a day. Nice breakout above 1760 would be nice. Let's break that high. Carnival Cruise Lines. Let's go. Get some more momentum coming in. NCLH looking pretty hot, though. NCLH has a nice extension there. Looking at SM Bot. It's calling out NVIDIA calls like crazy. TSM calls. Taiwan Semiconductors, if you guys didn't know that. You guys should know what TSM is, though. I know the majority of you do. Looking at 170.50 in the short term. A lot of consolidation around this resistance. Like the way it's setting up, though. I like that bounce off support around 169. 20 contracts cooking. Joe Smo. I like that name. Yeah, I do too. That's pretty good. Walgreens is trying to move up, KO said. WBA, they have earnings later in the week, so be a little aware of Walgreens if you are trading them. Pretty weird movement this morning. A few stocks had a drop and come back, but this one looks pretty significant. Kind of weird. Here's the earnings calendar, though. It's Thursday for Walgreens. Tomorrow, we got Micron, and after hours tonight, FedEx reports, FDX. Pretty big company, you know, for the shippers. The parcel business, as they say. Brandon said UPS. Whoa, yeah, UPS is selling off a little bit, down 1.86%, down more than the average, that's for sure. See, they had a massive pullback, but then they never came back up and open, whereas a few other companies did. Obviously, UPS is in a world of its own, though. It's not like it generally follows the SPY, although I'm curious now. I want to see the stats on it. Okay, moderate correlation, negative 0.5, definitely not the best. Man, SPY's starting to turn over pretty good here today. It broke below the low of day by a cent or two. Keep watching it. If 543.20 starts to give out a little bit more. Then 543. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty rough as it turns over. Brutal price action there. Nvidia's coming down off of resistance now. Failed to hold above 122. Actually tried to retest it and fell again. For Nvidia, AMD sending the market down. MU's brutal today. Just a lot of bad price action all at one time. Spoon said, I have a small amount in Nvidia and TSM directly. My bulk is in SMH. Because I'm a long holder. Yesterday was only negative 5% hit for me instead of the 18% if I was just in Nvidia. Still stings, but damn. Yeah, hey, you know, it's good that you're limiting your downside risk there. Looking at SMH. Looks pretty bearish overall. I like it. It's better than just picking an individual chip stock down, in my opinion, but I know that if you do pick like Nvidia and then it falls 8%, you're going to have a pretty good gain because, you know, probably be a little bit better of a move on the options chain there, but I think SMH is safer too. And in reality, safety is the name of the game. AMD sitting around 156.50 now. Kind of consolidating a bit. You know, a lot of these stocks that were falling started consolidating. A little bit around support. That one buyback from SPY yesterday screwed me over. Yeah, I tried to test 543.
All right.
Oh, whoa. Matthew likes 543 too. Gonna have to watch that level closely today. I really like 542 underneath a little bit better, but maybe it'll come back to retest that low of yesterday's after hours. That'd be nice. 542.20. Catch a nice move there, and I'll tell you what, if that starts happening, VIX might start popping off a little bit. If we go to the daily on VIX, it's kind of starting to pop off a little. You know, if we start to see the market sell off a bit, VIX and UVXY should start to move, and I'm really keeping those on the radar very closely over the next couple days and couple weeks. Hang on, I I didn't have my date lined up right. It's kind of annoying. I gotta change that every time for the nightly videos, from this to this again. On the bottom of the screen with the date. But yeah, UVXY and VIX, keep them on the radar the next couple days. UVXY is starting to pop up a bit now. That's good to see. If you do trade UVXY, don't buy and hold it for a couple months or anything like that. It can work, but it's generally something that's pretty rough. You know, little pullbacks by SPY to the upside that sends VIX down will just crush UVXY on days like that. So you really want to try to time it pretty well on UVXY. I would try to keep it more short term than anything, very short term. I forgot when the VIX is up, that usually means the market is bearish. Demir asked. Yeah, essentially, yeah, most of the time, if the market's falling, VIX starts moving up. And that's just volatility increasing. And that's just what happens generally, like when stocks fall. If you look at a normal chain and you look at implied volatility even, you'll notice that. Like whenever stocks start dying, that IV shoots up. It's pretty common, and that's usually what happens with the SPY. You know, you start to see that volatility shoot up, and the VIX starts popping up a little bit more as well. And by SPY, I mean, you know, the overall S&P 500 index, of course. But I just like to say SPY for simple terms. Most people just refer to the S&P as SPY nowadays. Anyways, not that they should, but they do. SPY is good enough, though, either way. Yeah, so if we do start seeing a major pullback out of SPY, Demir, UVXY would be something in the short term you'd want to hit on. But just keep in mind that with UVXY, there is decay to that over the longer term with leverage, so just keep that in mind. Let me look up, how leveraged is UVXY? It says it's a 1.5x ETF. Okay. There's also UVIX, which is 2x as well. Could be pretty good, but it's probably not the best. But one thing to notice is look at UVXY and these. You can see how they have strong negative correlations to the SPY. And that's kind of showing you right there in the stats that these generally go up whenever SPY falls with that strong negative correlation. You had no idea about VIX? Wow, yeah, that's pretty crazy, Brain. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Hope that you like that. Yeah, UVXY is something to look at if you're going to look at VIX. Most people don't trade VIX futures, so. I think I used to trade VX sometimes. Yeah, I think I did. VX every once in a while. Back in the day. Defo getting into my testimonial. Hey, appreciate that. Scruffy said, never mind, market too choppy for me right now. Meta puts small stop above 505.15. Man, Meta really started running. I like that resistance around 505, but there's even another resistance from yesterday. Up around 508. Pretty close to there. And hey, for anybody that's out there who is looking into the trading floor, or if you're already in the trading floor and you want to switch from a monthly to a yearly subscription, check out the new deal that we have going on. We brought back the Big Money code. So if you guys are interested, use code Big Money at checkout for $100 off of a yearly subscription. It's pretty good. It brings the yearly subscription price down to $6.97, which is a lot lower than paying monthly every month. So if you're in there for monthly, I would suggest looking into yearly and upgrading. If you want to, go ahead and private message me so that we can get everything worked out in the back end for you there. But yeah, PM me on Discord if you have any questions. But yeah, use code BIGMONEY for $100 off yearly. Bringing it back for the 4th of July, and of course for the fire big money play lately. ALNY was insane, and we have a few others that were pretty awesome as well. Palantir still coming up well this morning. Recovering up actually extremely well, I'd say. It's not straight up, but I mean, it's a full-fledged recovery. The stock's in the green, so like to see that getting towards the upper levels of resistance now. Apple's trying to really come back as well. They had that good run at open, pulled back and started roaring back to life now. Some of these tech stocks are starting to come back pretty well. SPY really recovering after getting pretty low there for a minute. Right back to 544. Pretty big resistance. Obviously, we've talked about that one too much over the past couple days. You should know that. Yeah, Demir said testing 544. Tesla's ripping, Scruffy said. Yeah, a lot of these stocks are starting to move. Tesla's definitely breaking out well above 185. That's awesome. All the way up to 185.90, almost 186. Let's go there. Yeah, pretty crazy price action by Tesla. NCLH wants to break out so bad. Gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, man. 4.5%. They need to hit like 9% today. You know, that'd be perfect. No, I'm just kidding. Looks good, though. Good price action. It did start pulling back a little bit right here, but it's moving up to test resistance again. If it doesn't double top, it should break out, right? With how good the momentum's been, I wouldn't be surprised if it kept going. Looking at the volume, I guess it could get a little stronger. Not bad, though. CCL is actually pulling back pretty hard. That's kind of scary. How are the airlines doing with this movement? Nothing? AAL, DAL... nothing. UAL. Sometimes I see these airlines move with the cruise lines if they report, you know, uptick in travel or something weird like that. But obviously today that's not the case. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm going to grab a quick drink. I'm drinking on some fruit punch today. You know, that like Hawaiian fruit punch you get as a kid? I don't know. I was at Walmart and I had a hankering for it. I was like, I saw a bottle of it and I was like, oh, it sounds so good. So that's what we're drinking today. Joe said, if they do, I'm going to be a wealthy MF. Let's go. Yeah, it's awesome. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, Mason, these are, it's not the big jug, but it's like mini 1 liter jugs, and they were $1 a pop. So I grabbed them, and they're pretty good. They're either 1 liter or 1.5 liter jugs. They're pretty big, though. It blows a Gatorade bottle out of the water. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I like that big one, though. I know what you mean. Switch over to SPY. Get the 4 chart setup going real quick. Yeah, so I'm looking it up right now, Mason. Apparently at Walmart, the big one's $2.48. And the one that I got was apparently 32 ounces. And that one was $1. But those 1 gallon jugs are probably a much better deal. That's funny. They say that it's 1.9 cents per fluid ounce if you get the big chug. That's weird that they put those numbers like that on there. Shoot a buck, goddamn. Kidney's working overtime. He said, I don't think he said goddamn, but because there's not enough buyers, Demir said, usually that's what leads to a failed breakout. How's the price of the bottled water? I think I get like the bottled water, like a 40 pack for like, I don't know, like $7 or $8, I think. Something like that. Look at the 4-chart setup though. Looks like Nvidia on the top right chart's looking the best out of everything, starting to make a new high of the day, actually, which is pretty awesome for them. Microsoft, I think, is setting up pretty well. I like the 447 support. They might try to run up to 450 here in the short term. That'd be pretty awesome. Apple doesn't look the best, but if the rest start turning around, could end up moving. SPY starting to come back a bit too. SPY kind of looks like Apple though. It's not like the best recovery here. Let me zoom in on Apple a little bit, make it fair. They're definitely flatter than the others, I'd say. But it's cool to see Nvidia starting to break a little bit. Hopefully it gets a true breakout. It looks like it actually pretty big 1-minute red candle coming back right after that breakout. Better not be a fake there. I think that one's going to fake quite a few people out. If so. But I know the dip buyers must be happy right now, like Christian out there. Coming in, must be happy. This price action today is pretty wild, though. I'd say it's mostly up and down. A lot of weird movement going on. Brain's happy, too. Hell yeah, guys. Nice job, nice job. Yeah, it's good to see it coming back again. Brain, cried pretty hard yesterday about my Nvidia moves on the Discord. I feel you there, Brain. I don't think I remember seeing them too much, but I could see yesterday there was quite a few people like that. It was a weird day for Nvidia, you know. Roared back pretty hard again. At least today we're getting some more positivity, up 3.6%. That's good to see after like down days of 3%. Well, how much was it down yesterday? I think, wasn't it like 6% or something wild? Let's see. Yeah, something close like that. Something in the 6%. NCLH breaking out. Nice. Hell yeah. Come on, cruise lines. Let's start moving back. CCL's coming back alive too. Let's go though, NCLH. Don't fake out though. Don't do that. Don't pull a Nvidia right now. Let's check RCL too. RCL is getting pretty close to the high of day as well. These stocks aren't necessarily exploding right now, but they are trying to break out. Just getting a lot of resistance and chop, which isn't the best sign, but sometimes that's what it takes to finally get a push. Hey, Mike C's on the way to Disneyland while listening to Stocked Up. No way, we were just talking about that. That's funny. Just talking about Disney a minute ago. Speaking of them, how's their stock doing in the short term? Bouncing off 100 pretty well. That's nice to see. Holding $100. Not bad. Especially as hype builds for after hours earnings. Cheap reaching up. I see 1850 to 19 for NCLH, Joe said. $18.50, 19, you said? Let's look at the daily on NCLH. Yeah, the daily, I do like 1850 there. That's pretty big. That is pretty big. Hopefully we do see more hype, though, with the earnings. I'd like to see some more good movement with NCLH short term. Same thing with CCL for a nice after earnings run. I know it's already running pretty good, but, you know, like a multi-day continuation would be pretty sick on these. Looks like 544 on SPY is holding, Demir said. Yeah, it's right there. Hard to say right now. Hey, that's good. The calls would be ITM. That's good. Black Sheep said Google's pushing. They really are. 1.12%. That's a good breakout from Google. Love to see that. That's great. It's all over the SM bot right now, too. GOOG. Man, looks awesome. 1.11%. Tesla calls all over the bot, too, as they're pushing higher. Up to 187. We got Chewy starting to move again, too. Starting to break out. That's cool. Boeing's on the SM bot for puts. That's awesome. Everything else is calls, and then you just have Boeing puts. It makes me laugh. Oh, there is FCX puts on there, too. I'd be careful with that one, though. It doesn't look the best yet. Man, we got a lot of good breakouts, but it just was pretty minimal, I'd say, on the run. Amazon literally hit resistance, 187.80, and just went boom, right back down. And just continuing to staircase up. Yeah, SM bot's not safe with Boeing puts on there. The bot better be careful, man. Boeing will try to take him out. We all know how that is. Looks like a double top forming on SPY, Demir said. Yeah, I don't know that I'd classify it as a double top, but yeah, whatever you want to count this resistance from pre-market holding up as, I'll say quadruple top, double top, whatever you want to say. Looks pretty solid right there for resistance. Man, poor SPY. Look at F or Ford. Falling off a little bit. Don't want to really look at them too much here. Going back to Goog, which was our initial stock we looked at on this nice uptrend, and it's still going. Look at that big volume that came in on Google. Was there some news or something here? There might actually be, because that was quite a big increase in volume. Man, really good volume. I don't see any news initially, though. Trying to find some. Give me one sec. I'm gonna sit here on this nice chart, though, because it looks beautiful compared to the others. Oh, of course, now it doesn't. I'm just kidding. Gotta love the pullback, though, right? Trying to help somebody in the background really fast. All right, all right.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, I got you. Just from open, Demir says, looks like a double top. Yeah. I like to watch pre-market too quite a bit. A lot of good touches and hits on levels in there. Definitely holding up though so far, Demir. Coming right back down now. Right after we started seeing a nice move, right? That's just how the market's been today. I'll tell you what though, Tesla looks like it doesn't want to stop. It's trying to test resistance too. Be careful with SPY turning over, but the good news is Tesla actually has strong negative correlation to the SPY. It's almost kind of like UVXY, how strong the negative correlation is. That's kind of funny to see. Joe said, "Ugh, sideways chop. I feel you." You know what they say? You got to give it that hawk to and get it to go up. You know, that's how you get it. Everybody was saying that in the chat yesterday. I was cracking up. It was, I think I saw it like 5 times. Pelosi doing her morning buys during breakfast. With her breakfast cocktail spoons. Brain, that's pretty funny. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I wish retail could trade pre-market, Joe said. I mean, you can trade shares, just not options. Oh, man. Hard to drink out of that big bottle. What do we think about CCL? Carnival Cruise. Looks like it's turning over a little bit. It definitely needs to hold 1720 and get back above like 1745. I would say if that happens, it has a pretty good shot of breaking out again. But I really want to see a good recovery past this blue line again. Back above like 1745. I don't know. With it starting to turn over, it's almost looking like we have a lower high coming in, which isn't a good sign. I like it if you're going to get enough time and swing it into tomorrow in a good way. I think it could be okay in that front. How's Chewy looking? CHWY? Oh, man, it's right at resistance again. Could be pretty fire to see Chewy break out. Square's starting to come alive. Even yesterday, Square was looking pretty good. Today, it's coming up off of support. I'll tell you what, Square looks like a pretty good setup compared to most of the other stuff that we've seen today. It's holding support well. Starting to move higher, like a nice retest of those highs yesterday. Could be awesome for a little move here. That's my favorite one, Mason. Oh yeah, the golf clubs. I saw that one a lot. All over the place. The square, block, oblong, quadrilateral. I'm surprised I can say that word right. Quadrilateral, I like it. Hell yeah, that's what it is, Sean. That's what it is. Starting to move better. Microsoft wasn't looking too bad there intraday either, though. Pretty good recovery move here, up to 449. Love the price action. Nice and bullish setup here. Held support well, just like Square, actually. Very similar between Microsoft and Square in this morning. Scruffy said NVIDIA 121 battle. Battle to the death. Yeah, 121's pretty good. Nice support. Nice support. Nice. Let's check the book map on that. 121, the buyers got wiped out that were there. $120 looks pretty good. 252,000 shares there. It's nuts how many shares are on Nvidia now. Sean said, TD sucks. Quotes are so delayed now, it's ridiculous. You're telling me the Thinkorswim is delayed? Like, a lot? You know the setting to not delay it, right? You do have that turned on, right? Let me see CCL here. Wow. Yeah, I just saw it. It wasn't looking the best, I don't think, whenever Carnival started dropping right there. I was eyeing it up on my watch list. It looked like the price was off for a few seconds there. Let me go check my application settings real quick. If you go to application settings and you go to system, it'll say quote speed. Put that on real time, no delay. You guys haven't done that? This is what it looks like when you do that. Quote speed, real time, no delay. It's pretty cool. I know Sean probably already did that though. Yeah, I'll have to eye that up a little bit more, Sean. That's gonna make me mad if that's the case, though. You're probably right. Robert said, thoughts on Hood having a shareholder meeting? I don't really know what the meeting's about. It sounds interesting, though. I'm sure Hood will move a little crazily off of it. I just don't know what it's about. I'm not a huge Robinhood fan, although the stock might actually be good itself. I'll tell you what, whoever was dip buying HOOD is so happy right now, kind of like Chewy. Some of these big money plays on Hood were insane. Guess I'll delete them now, though, because they're over with. Brain says it's a good entry-level platform. It definitely is. I used to think it was pretty good. And most people think it's too advanced for new people, but I like it quite a bit. Hey, I appreciate you though, Robert. Really appreciate you there. Let me look up what that shareholder meeting's about. Man, I wish I could give you more information here. Weird, I don't get it. There's like nobody really talking about what's going on with it. Dang, Robert, sorry about that. I'm sure we'll get more information about it, though. If you have any info about the event, definitely let me know. Jeanette said, do you think the NVIDIA shareholder meeting tomorrow will move the stock? It definitely could. It definitely has the potential to move the stock with NVIDIA for sure. A shareholder meeting like that could be pretty important. I just don't know exactly what they're going to be. And we were talking about Hood before. Now we're talking about NVIDIA. Let's see here. Harvest Portfolio Management CIO Paul Meeks was talking about it. He said they expect the meeting to make investors feel comfortable that there is a long runway as the company touts its AI initiatives. He believes that the CEO's remarks will cause the stock to rebound from its period of decline. Yeah, it looks like they're looking for NVIDIA to push the narrative that the chip boom will last longer than expected. Pretty interesting there. Let me pull up an AMD book map. Somebody wants one real quick. Yeah, it just sounds like that guy's a pretty bullish analyst, whoever that was. He is an NVIDIA shareholder, it said, so no shit he wants it to go up. Right? Jensen will hawk Tua. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, thanks for posting that. The vote on companies' executives' compensation plans. 12 board directors who are up for re-election. Yeah. Hopefully that's what they do. They use the platform to showcase AI. That'd be nice. That would be very nice there. Choppy Choppy Spy, Demir said. Choppy Choppy NVIDIA, too. Surprise, surprise, that Spy goes choppy. Jensen wants that Elon type of pay. Yeah, for real, right? He's only the CEO of, like, the third biggest company in the world. Which actually was the biggest company in the world for a minute. Spy starting to get a little higher. I like it. Christian said NVIDIA's moving. Yeah, it's trying to get back towards resistance. It's very close now. Coming back on the 1 minute candles. The retest 122.50. Looks pretty good. I like how these stocks keep holding high. That's a good sign. It'd be a bad sign, though, if we keep seeing more selling pressure here. We need to see a good, solid push through resistance. But I'm glad to see it holding and continuing to come back up to test there. Rain said I'd give Jensen the pay, but not Musk. Yeah, I don't know. Musk might not deserve it as much. Trading stocks, smoking weed, I hold my hide. Jeffrey said. Smoking on the Tilray, Jeffrey. We still need to drug test the members of Congress. That'd be pretty funny. I'm curious how many would fail if there was like a surprise test. I wonder if they do get tested. I don't even know that, but... I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. They probably don't. Man, SPY turned right back over. Same thing with AMD. We've been chopping for a minute here. Yeah, we really have, haven't we? AMD's rejecting down pretty good at like 158.60, 158.70. Pretty good. Tesla, she's a cruel mistress. What? Tesla's definitely coming back up pretty well here. Up towards 187. Hopefully it's not too cruel to you today. Are we just going to chop into 2025? I think so. Personally, I've given my thoughts on Tesla a lot, and I'm going to stick by it. I'm watching this trend line. Tesla has a huge trend line on the daily chart, one of the biggest ones out there. I would say at this point, it's a little bit more than just, you know, happenstance that it just sells off at this trend every single time. So I'm going to be watching this one very carefully over the next couple of weeks. I wouldn't be too surprised if Tesla started coming up a bit and maybe broke out to like $200 and maybe even a little higher. And I'm looking for a move kind of like this right now. A move up to 200, maybe a little higher into that trend line, and then a subsequent fall from there. It might chop around a little bit more. Obviously, it might look a little bit different, but that's kind of what I'm looking for here. If that doesn't happen, I'll be watching the 170, 168 support very carefully right here on this wick. If we start to see a big breakdown there, then I will start to look at it to the downside a little bit more. But in the short term here, I actually like the way it's setting up back up, and I wouldn't be surprised for a 200 touch to touch resistance, and then maybe some chop, and eventually falling back off a little bit. I've said it before that I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla came down to test 100. I'm still going to stick kind of by that. I was always saying like 120 to 100, like 120, 110, somewhere like that. I wouldn't be surprised if it fell down into that range a little bit over the next few months. I do think that over the longer term, Tesla will start to have some better movement though, but I don't think that we're just going to start, you know, magically recovering all the way back up to like 300 or anything. Is it possible? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen right now? Not personally. Maybe once they get that cheaper car going, or they, you know, start reporting a nice, good uptick in sales or something would be nice. Christian goes, come on, bro, 120 range. Over with. I mean, if you're so sure, Christian, you know, I'm sure you hold a lot of Tesla, but, you know, I'm a realistic person out there. If you ask Hunter or anybody about Tesla's numbers, they'll tell you. So, you know, don't just shoot the messenger here, you know. Be realistic about their numbers, you know. Even if they beat deliveries, they're still trading pretty high numbers overall. That doesn't mean that they can't go up, but... And, like, let's say that they do crush delivery numbers, right? You know, like, let's say that they do. You know, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they ran up to, like, 200 something. Maybe ran up to there, and then, like I said, looking for a pullback from that point. But that's just my opinion. You know, obviously, everybody has their own, right? You're kind of guessing, you know, honestly. It's a stock, right? What do you do in the stock market, right? What do you do? At the end of the day, you're guessing, you know? And you can guess in multiple ways. You can look at fundamentals, and you can try to guess with that. But stocks don't always trade to their fundamentals 100%, as we know. You know, by looking at tons of stocks, you can do it that way. You can try to... I don't want to say guess. I can't find the better word here that I'm trying to say. But I like how Christian goes. He says they'll get to 200 after ER, and then he literally says right after, nobody knows, bro. It's like you're so sure, but then you go, nobody knows. Like, it's like, there you go, right? Palmer says they'll definitely get to 200, but should it be up there is the question. Yeah. The ER is actually fairly close. July 17th, right? I think he'll deliver. It's just, you know, when, right? When. I think it might just take a little while. You know, there's factories being built. Production's trying to get ramped up. You know, they're trying to work on lots of new projects, get the truck going better. Talking about the cheaper car, which I think could be pretty big for him. Why did Nvidia get hit so hard? I think it was just selling pressure. There wasn't really any news, in my opinion, that directly caused that sell-off. I think it's just selling pressure. You know, we're seeing sellers come in a little bit in the short term, and that's perfectly fine. You know, you see sellers come in on these big uptrends like this time and, you know, every now and again. I think that's what's going on. There was some news with insiders selling shares. And I think that could be playing a big role too. But yeah, me too, Christian. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing it neutral. I just play it You know, I play everything neutral. You know, I'm not going to just sit here and say Tesla's going to go up just because, you know, I like them. You know, yeah. But, you know, I'm not trying to argue about it. I'm just giving my opinion, you know. Someone asked, and I do like it in the short term, though. I like the setup very well. I think the buyers are buying it up good off support. I could see 200, but I don't think we'll be much past that. Go check out the QQQ, looking at it here in the short term, looking at the charts. Nice movement here short term. Glad to see it popping back up today a little bit. Getting pretty worried yesterday with how all those stocks were starting to sell off. Glad to see a short-term pullback. The question is, how long is this pullback going to last? And is this going to be a true pullback? Or are we just going to end up hitting resistance and falling right back off, right? I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of different opinions on that. I'm sure a lot of people are probably looking for the recovery back up to the highs. I'm sure some people are looking for these resistances here to hit and for it to reject back. I'm curious which way it's going to play out. Right now, it almost looks like a little head and shoulders type of setup, but you know, I don't like really looking at those too often. Definitely going to be watching these upcoming resistances, though, on the QQQ closely and monitoring NVIDIA, Google, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft over the next few days. Microsoft's actually looking pretty good here today. Glad to see them holding up pretty well in the short term. If you look over the past few days, it looks pretty choppy, but I would say that's pretty good considering what the SPY did, you know, and considering how the market pulled back. I'd say Microsoft held up pretty well. Better than most. Like with Tiger Woods, right? Better than most, as they say. Christian says, personally, I don't like Tesla that much. Every event burns us. Yeah, battery day. I'll never forget that one. Battery day. Gotta love them. It would be a good sign to see their deliveries turning around, though. That would be really good. I hope that's the case. Hopefully people are still buying. I know people are buying. I just mean buying at a better pace is what I should say. Obviously, they're buying a little bit. Or at normal rates. Go look at Boeing. Falling down a little bit. 175 could be pretty big coming up. Nice little whole dollar level, but obviously I don't think I'll trade Boeing today at all. Not the best action there. Shouldn't even look at it. It's just Boeing's so ingrained in my head over the past couple of months. Christian said I probably lost over 100K just on Tesla events. 60K on battery day. Damn. Troll said I'm optimistic about Tesla Optimus. Is that the bot? Nice. Yeah, that's the bot. That looks cool. The robot. That looks pretty cool. Tesla Gen 2 Optimus on brink of being able to babysit your kids. Okay. Okay, come on now. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could let them babysit the kids. I'm not gonna lie. There's no way. What's it gonna do if the kids act up? Is it gonna spank them? Like, like what the hell? I mean, that's a weird headline. Look at this, guys. Elon Musk wants Tesla Optimus 2 to babysit your kids. I mean, what? Like, that sounds wild. It can be your personal companion Oh, boy. I know what these robots are going to turn into. There's going to be some weird attachments for these suckers, I can tell you. Oh, boy. I mean, it's weird. Your personal companion. Like, what? Like, it just seems weird, you know? I'm not gonna lie, it'd be pretty dope if it was like Bender from if they could somehow make Bender from Futurama on here, that'd be pretty cool. The robots will be in control really soon. Sounds like they will be. I'm honestly like imagining like an iRobot situation. Who has seen the movie out there, iRobot, right? Bite my shiny metal ass. Oh, you guys are awesome. You gotta love Bender, right? I have it on, I could do that as one of these buttons. I'm curious how loud it's gonna be. I don't like to test them on stream. I'll have to add that one for tomorrow. All right. Threw out a little easy poll here today. Have you guys ever seen the movie iRobot? Just an easy poll. I'm curious. It's a very good movie. If you guys are interested in AI and robots at all, I would definitely look into the movie iRobot. It's really good. It's from 2004 of all things. I knew it was old. I didn't realize it was that old though. It has Will Smith. It's pretty good. But yeah, essentially there's these robots like this that they do your household chores for you. They can drive for you. They can do all these types of things. It's really neat in the movie to see what they do. And then, of course, they all go bad. The AI takes control of them, and it goes to shit, right? It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. If you're ever into AI and stuff, it's one that I would definitely recommend. Definitely reminds me of this situation. Norwegian still selling off. NCLH. It had that good run, you know, so little pullbacks have to be expected, especially when stock's up that much. But I feel you, trust me. I wish it would have went more. The good news is it seems like it's actually holding support fairly well as it was falling. I like that level too. It's like right around the high of pre-market. Pretty cool. Little hits there intraday too. Joe said, thinking it'll come back up like later today for earnings. Does NCLH report today? I don't think that they report today. Or do you just mean coming up and following CCL back up? I got a feeling robots are watching me. That's pretty good. Goog is squeezing up. Goog was pretty fire this morning. It was the most fire, like Mag 7 stock, I'd say. Just really good directional movement over the past 30 minutes. It did slow up a little bit, but man, around like 10:15 Eastern, started moving pretty hot. Yeah, Joe, no earnings for them tonight, but I do think that they could still go up more with CCL's earnings. It's just, you know, they are up quite a bit. Like, over double their average percent rise. You're talking about an after earnings move, though. sometimes gets a little choppy because that move was so significant at the beginning. You know, it might be something that just has to wait till tomorrow, but it's trying right now. It's holding pretty well. I would say if support gives out around 18, I would look to probably cut till tomorrow or something. I definitely don't bag hold it. Have a good plan. Oh my gosh, Jason. I love 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I've seen it multiple times. I know every scene in there. Love that movie. I think that's actually, it needs to be in the conversation for best movie ever made. I really do believe that. It's that good. Especially when you consider how old it was. The debate, I was just looking that up, Mason. The 27th, I believe. Thursday. Yeah, June 27th and September 10th are the dates. I hope that this debate's actually good. What are they going to do? Have those dumb, like, things like where you're not allowed to talk about anything? I hate that at those debates, you know? You can't bring anything up. You know, it's like, you know, I'm not going to try to pick sides here, but it's kind of not fair for Trump. Like, he's not allowed to talk about anything that Biden's done at those last events. It was so dumb. He would try to be like, but what about your son? And then the moderator would be like, he would step in and be like, oh, that's not the topic or something. You know, it's like, man, like, are they going to be allowed to actually say things, or like, is it just going to be some bullshit? You know, it's like, I don't know. If it is some bullshit, Trump should just skip the debates again. Low key. It's a CNN one. Yeah. And I don't know, like, you know, maybe they won't let Biden talk about certain things with Trump either. I don't know, but that I don't remember that happening. Like I said, I'm just talking about the rules of the event, not necessarily trying to pick anything here. Just like the rules seem weird. Whoever survives wins. How about a drug test before the debate, Sean said? That would be kind of funny. I'm curious if they both would pass or fail. Get back to the spy. Spy rejecting back down. On a more serious note, Trump's going to announce his vice presidential nominee. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. That's going to be a pretty big announcement. Who are you guys thinking? Who are you guys thinking? I'm curious. I actually have an outlandish one, and I don't know what you guys think, but I actually think it's going to be one of the kids. I think he's going to be doing one of his kids as the VP, potentially even his daughter, which I think would be a very smart pick, but I'm not sure that he would do it. But nonetheless, I don't know. Demir goes, the kids? Nah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they're going to pick, but Palmer said better be Vivek. Jeffrey said Vivek, yeah. Maybe, I mean... Joe said that would go terribly. Oh, it might. I don't know. He should pick the Haktua girl as his VP. That would win in the election right there. Trump and Haktua 2024. I'm just kidding. That would be fitting for him, though, with all the stuff he's done in the past. No, you know, that would actually be really fitting for Bill Clinton, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Mason says, I vote Manny. Oh, boy. Joe said, like, what's the media gonna do? I really like Vivek and RFK, but he's not that smart. I heard that Vivek had taken like George Soros money in the past or something. Heard some stuff like that. If you guys look that up, you'll probably be pretty surprised to find that, but it's true. Monica, oh boy. Whoever can ride a bike further than 1 mile wins. That would actually be a pretty good one. Mason, I wonder who would win. Either way, though, this election's going to be pretty crazy for the stock market, don't you guys think? I saw a stat, I don't know if it was yesterday, but it said that we are in the best start to an election year ever with the stock market. I thought that was pretty interesting. Brain said even I worked with one of the Soros foundations. Yeah, maybe there's just too much money out there, you know. KO said CCL is on the move up again. Let's see, CCL. Hey, nice. Coming back pretty strong. How's NCLH? It's still... It went flat. It had a few green candles there while we were watching it. It went flat, though. Nvidia is coming back alive, too. Now, this is one that's going to make people really happy today. If this one starts to break out, 122.60 could be good terms for a break. Come on, let's see Nvidia. Let's see how it goes. I'm pretty happy my golf handicap went down to 10.6. That's pretty good. There's hope for power hour. There is, and I'll tell you what, there's like lunchtime hours happening right now almost. Nvidia's trying to go. Love the way that's setting up. Come on, Nvidia, let's break this high day. Don't chop around too much for us. Let's go back to the book map. Oh, wow. 122.60 has quite a bit stacked up there. Wow, just broke that level, 122.60. You zoom it out a bit. Posting it up in Discord real quick. Yeah, watch 123 coming into play now. 269,000 shares here at 123. Christian probably sold out of his calls already, but he's probably loving this move. Maybe he didn't. It was still setting up pretty well. Chewy non-stop. What? For real, 29.30. Sheesh. You're right. Yeah, Christian did sell. Okay. I figured, yeah. He's trying not to catch FOMO. I feel that, man. Sometimes it's like that. It's hard not to catch the FOMO. You know, sometimes. I like Bam's posts in Discord. Excellent. That's a funny one. $123 NVIDIA call 3.00. Yeah, looking pretty hot. 122.80. I notice lunch hour makes the stock move. It's funny to me. Yeah, sometimes I see some, you know, lunchtime moves, but not all the time. I don't even like to think about it like that. I just like to just watch and just, if it moves, it moves, you know? Catch it when it moves either way, I like to say. The thing I really hate now is if I'm making lunch and I'm like in the middle of making food and then something starts breaking out, then I get kind of mad, honestly. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to cook and eat at the same time. Sure, a few of you guys have experienced that at least a couple times in the past. But all right, guys. Looking good here. Love to see that. Look at that breakout. 123.40 now coming in. Coming in hot on the book map. Breaking out like nothing through 123. Wiped out the sellers. Looking good. Looking good. Wow. What a nice pop back. Man, look at that. 123.60. Be like that Ed Basemaster guy. Would you just look at that? Gonna end the poll real quick on iRobot. Christian said, we love you, Tom. I'm shocked I bought something that wasn't a dip. Let's go. Yeah, that's awesome. 123.60. All right, book map. What do we got? We're right at another resistance here. Just wiped it. Just wiped it. Somebody bought some shares on Nvidia in the chat. Worked out pretty good today. Worked out pretty good. They bought some at 120. They're pretty new though, so trying to help them out a bit. Tom, when's the Stocked Up annual meet and great fishing trip? I wish it was right now, Sam. I don't know. You know, we haven't had one yet, but we will definitely be doing that in the future. Obviously, it'll take a little while to get you know, to get all scheduled up and stuff. Definitely got to have some type of golf meetup or something too somewhere at some point. Yeah, there will be in the future, Joe. There definitely will, I promise. It's not just going to be a fishing trip, I'll tell you that, but maybe more like a golf thing or something. Might be more like it. Something. If wherever there is, we're going to play golf, I'll tell you that. There's no way I'm not. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of resistance here around this 123.50 mark. Be a little careful with Nvidia if you're scalping it. Might want to take some profits off the table, especially if it starts to break down below 123.20 or something. See if this little buy order can hold here. I don't know if it can or not, though. It's not like there's a ton of shares stacked there. We need more of just good volume in the moment. Good buyers coming in. Yeah, we definitely do, Christian. Trust me, that's definitely something that is on the agenda, for sure. I will say this, though. It's near impossible to get everybody to meet up at the same time. That is one thing that's going to be very difficult. And it's just going to have to be one of those things where you just set a date and, you know, people just got to make it work. $21,118. Bought in there at 123.30. Hey, there we go. 60,000 volume on that big green dot. That's nice. A couple big green dots. Let's see if we can test 124 now. I like this price action coming in a little bit better now. It's cool when you have the book map open, you see it happen in real time. You know, you see why it shot up. Little staircase there. What happened to the music? Oh. That dumb stuff. It goes, are you still watching? Like, yeah. That'll be fun. I suck at golf. I can drive the cart. Hey, that's fun. Yeah, and you know, you don't got to be good to have fun. You know, we could do stuff like little scrambles or something, you know? Like, we could get a lot of stuff worked out like that that could be pretty fun. Tom, there's no buyers or sellers stacked. Does that mean the stock will continue going up or down when there's no opposition? No, that doesn't always mean that that's the case, Demir. And the big thing is that there's still volume coming in the moment. You know, like, even though, like, there's no buyers or sellers stacked here, like, look at how there was 34,000 volume. Like, if there was 34,000 volume here, there'd be, like, a nice little yellow line or something, like this one, you know? So, like, you will see some parts where, like, let's say right now nothing's stacked up and just a ton of green dots start showing up. That's just showing you that there's a bunch of shares hitting at that moment. You know, maybe and what I'm meaning more of, and this might make it click in your mind, is you're looking at limit orders versus market orders, essentially. You know, there's algos out there sending off tons of market orders, lots of people with big accounts with market orders, you know, like really getting a lot of this volume in these moments. Not a bad idea. Who'll get the company? Thanks, Tom. No problem. Let's rent a yacht, some cigars, and play golf on the back of the yacht, trying to hit other boats for a par. That'd be so good, Sam. Look at 124 now on Nvidia. Still looking good. It held that 123.20 mark and 123 so well on that little dip there. It was beautiful. What a break. What a breakout. Such good price action here. Now 5%. That's just nuts. It's almost up as much as it fell yesterday. Now that I think about it. That's why it's so nuts to me. Hell yeah, Christian. Let's go. Let's go. This is awesome. Loving this price action, but still waiting for a big Norwegian move, SMH and CLH. I know I've been so stuck on Nvidia. It's been moving so good. And CLH is holding pretty good. It's trying. I mean, it's very close. Definitely slower than you'd want, though, I'd say. Very close, but... All right, guys. Probably going to end the stream there. I appreciate you all sticking with us this long. That's been awesome. Love that Nvidia breakout today. That was fantastic. The price action was pretty good on a couple of these stocks like Nvidia. I still like Microsoft's price action quite a bit too. Goog was really good. It's still good, but maybe a little too high. I don't know. Compared to like Microsoft or something. But yeah, that move with Nvidia was pretty fire right there. All right, guys. Appreciate you joining up. Hopefully you enjoyed that play. If you did, maybe post it in profits or something like that. Don't forget what we talked about yesterday. Maybe if you guys haven't posted up any testimonials yet and you're having a good time, or, you know, if you're learning stuff, you like the community, just post up like a nice trading story, you know, like how'd you get into trading? How'd you find StockedUp? How's your experience been, etc. Post it up in testimonials. Be pretty cool. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys later. Sam wants a book map on the SPY. For sure, I'll throw one up there. Hey, appreciate that, Brain. Kind of fired like a little bee, but I'll take it. Yeah, and hey, you know, it was at resistance, Christian, so, you know, probably best not to go in full-fledged right there, right? Probably smart, but good. You hit it twice today, right? That's nice. Here's the SPY book map, though, if you want to check it out real quick. SPY book map is pretty irrelevant, I would say. I would say just look at support and resistance on your own, you know, or look at ES futures, which I don't use, but... All right, guys, have a great rest of the day. I'll talk to you later. See you in the Discord, of course, and don't forget to check out code BIGMONEY if you guys want a nice deal on the yearly. If you're currently monthly, or you just want a better deal on your next year, hit me up on Discord and I'll get that fixed for you on the monthly. But other than that, guys, have a great one. A 15% 1K on 15 calls. Nice. Hey, not too bad. I know for you there's pocket change, Christian, but definitely take it, right? All right, have a good one, guys. See you later.